Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 369 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Luke, and he writes, "Hello, I just enjoyed playing very much your fingered edition of Variations on Dances by Samuel Scheidt. I was wondering if you have any other fingered editions of other pieces by North German baroque composers such as Scheidt, Scheidemann or Sweelinck, or if you were planning to make any more. My skill level is somewhere between beginner and intermediate, I would think. I'm playing a one manual positive with pedal. Thank you, Luke." Aušra, what do you say? Why do you say people like North German baroque composers such as Scheidt, Scheidemann, Sweelinck, Buxtehude, Thunder?
Well, because we agreed we are my favorite too. Although I don't know if these composers would be my favorite if I would play one manual positive organ without pedal. Because in general, these composers are known for creating music, not all of them, but most of them, for creating compositions for large organs.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those North German organs with a big pedal towers and multiple manuals. Look positive.
Especially Scheidemann.
Yes, especially Scheidemann. Not so much Scheidt, of course, and Sweelinck. Those could be done on the one manual positive. He has a pedal, yes, with pedal.
With pedal.
So, but still, for most of Scheidemann's compositions, you would need, at least two keyboards, two manuals.
Mm-hmm. So later on, Luke found other scores, and he bought Fantasia Chromatica by Sweelinck, Benedicamus by Samuel Scheidt, Da Pacem by Sweelinck, and More Palatino by Sweelinck. So then he wrote that he wanted to find even more scores. He is hungry for North German music in general, but it's a good start. I think it doesn't make sense to buy everything and only practice one or two pieces, right? Especially at the beginner level or early intermediate level. I think those 4 scores are plenty to start with.
But that's what many people want to do. We want to own something, and we buy things in advance just to have them. Haven't you noticed this kind of tendency?
I know. I have Kindle device for reading books, and I have many books loaded up there to read. Guess how many I have read by now?
I don't know.
A small part of them. And yes, it is a problem I'm dealing with too, because I have a big curiosity about various phenomenon, and it's difficult for me to focus on one thing, and I feel distractions everywhere. And if I see a wonderful book, which is of course wonderful in itself, and I feel the urge to buy it, with the hope that I will read it one day or someday. But lately I've been checking myself and kind of focusing on the books that I have on my Kindle, so that I would not be so distracted. What would you recommend for people to practice more or to buy more?
Of course, to practice more.
Mm-hmm.
But usually this is not how the world works.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, when people are subscribed to Total Organist program that we have, they don't have to buy every single one. They can download one or two or four or whatever number they like, and see their goals or how they fit their goals, and then try them out and practice music that fits their needs the most. But that's the beauty. They can choose whatever works for them without the need to invest in each individual score separately.
That's nice.
Which is, another way. Some people choose not to pay monthly or yearly membership and just buy what they need, or I would say what they want sometimes.
Well, out of these three mentioned composers, which one is your favorite? Sweelinck, Scheidemann, or Scheidt?
Maybe Scheidemann, I would say. I was, at one time, I memorized a lot of Scheidemann's music and tried to assimilate his style and improvise like Scheidemann. I remember my lecture recital at University of Nebraska Lincoln was about mastering the composition treatise by Sweelinck, but applying it to the rules of how Scheidemann would create, dissecting the pieces of Scheidemann and putting them back together in different order and making it my own. That was my idea some 13 or 14 years ago. For that reason, I had to memorize a lot of Scheidemann's music in small fragments and transpose them. That's why I feel kind of connected with him a lot.
Yes, I guess when you spend a lot of time with one composer's pieces, you sort of feel like yourself while playing his music.
What about you?
I guess also Scheidemann is my favorite because his music is so sweet.
We have this CD recording by Bill Porter. It's called Music Sweet and Serious. So Scheidemann's music was considered sweet by his contemporaries, and serious music was by Jacob Pretorius, I believe.
Yes.
Jacob Pretorius II, who lived also in Hamburg. And they were contemporaries, I believe, both students of Sweelinck. But his style, Jacob Pretorius' style, was more grave and serious.
And then Reinken continued with sweet style of Scheidemann.
Yes. And of course, Buxtehude later probably learned from Reinken and transferred this style to Lübeck.
That's right. So, out of those three composers, I think that Scheidt is probably in the last place for myself.
But the good thing about Scheidt is that he is the only one from those three composers who wrote a complete collection of keyboard works.
Tabulatura Nova?
Yes, in 3 parts. And it's like a compendium of the types of organ compositions or genres that were played at the day in Germany, beginning of the 17th century. And
so I guess
it's very beautiful too.
He had probably the most, teacher and scholar approach to the music that he did.
And scholars today believe that his style still resembles the most Sweelinck style.
That's right, yes. It's very much Sweelinck style.
That's why Balletto del Granduca, or Ballo del Granduca, sometimes they call it, was first thought to be created by Sweelinck, and now I believe Peter Dirksen says that it is by Scheidt. So sometimes it's really hard to differentiate both styles of those composers. And Scheidemann went further with his diminutions and ornamented line in the solo part, which of course neither Scheidemann nor Sweelinck was the champion of it.
That's right.
Although they both knew it, and especially Sweelinck when he got involved with English virginal composers such as John Bull and Gibbons and others, they have those flourishes in the solo parts, in the bass, in the right hand, and Sweelinck uses too sometimes in his keyboard variations, for example. But Scheidemann went further and I think he created those choral fantasies with those ornamented versions of the solo lines, which are very beautiful on large organs with solo stops.
That's right.
Do you think that Osha, or what would you say about polyphony of Scheidemann and Sweelinck? Are they similar?
Of course, we both created polyphonic music. But I think, that Scheidemann took a little bit different approach.
Yes, and he probably maybe more how to say, made this style fitted for keyboard instruments as well, because Sweelinck's polyphony is basically purely vocal, taken from Italian theorists like Zarlino.
Well, yes, because you can find all those augmentations and diminutions and all other polyphonic devices in his fantasies, for example. I guess that, the biggest advantage was that Scheidemann used the organ in more various ways. So definitely when playing Scheidemann you really need to have more than one keyboard, which is not the case with Sweelinck's music.
But you know what I would say in addition to that, because Luke fell in love with those three composers, is that regardless of the type of instrument you are playing it on, the music starts to speak for itself. It's not like Spanish music, Portuguese music, or even Italian music, where you need to have specific instrument to sound it convincing. English music too. Otherwise, it doesn't transfer all the beautiful qualities. With North German music, the music starts to speak on any interesting keyboard instrument, regardless of the style and specification. Even if you have one flute, it sounds beautiful. It just like with Bach, Would you say I'm on the right track here?
Well, yes and no. I don't think that North Germans like Scheidemann would sound well on any type of instrument. Be careful when you are telling things like this, because it's not true, not entirely true.
So that's your opinion then?
That's my opinion.
Yes.
I wouldn't play Scheidemann on Cavalier chorus organ.
Would you play Bach on Cavalier chorus organ?
Well, not if I could help it.
Not if you can avoid it.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, that's a tricky distinction we sometimes have to make. If we like the music so much, right? Sometimes we tend to sometimes play it on any instrument that we find. And some people, are fine with this, and some believe that more specific instruments are needed to express the beauty of the music. But what I was referring, it's a little bit from a different angle, that Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and English music, let's say, in itself, they lack those qualities, purely musical qualities, which, let's say, North German music have. And therefore, when you strip North German music from the wonderful North German sounds, they have much more left than any other I mentioned stylistic trends.
I guess you are right.
And Bach even more. I could play Bach's chorale or fugue or and prelude on my little positive organ at home with one flute without 16 foot, but it would sound complete in itself because it's thought out composition. And North German music is on this track too, not as complete as this, but more on this track than any other previous music that we know of. I would say this.
That's why Bach liked it so much, and took influences from this music, because one genius knows another genius.
Let's say French classical music. It also lacks a little bit in color when we perform it on a different type of instrument. Not so with North German music.
Well, I would not judge so much,
But that's my opinion, and I'm open for discussion. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Let's be liberal here. Okay, thank you guys for sending thoughtful questions. We love helping you grow, and see how long our answer was. Once I start talking, I cannot shut up.
Yes, because it's about North Germans, whom we both love.
Just like when we start drawing pinky and spiky cartoons, those animals start to talk and we have to shut them up because they won't stop on themselves. Alright, we hope this was useful to you, and remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online. where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas, and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material, as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.